Hey everyone, I hope you're doing very well. My name is Steve and I'm back again, and I've taken a little break. I've just come off of holiday. Had a really nice time in Scotland, 2 weeks of drinking and getting wet actually. There's not really much else to do in Scotland. Anyway, it doesn't matter. While I was away, I took a few of my new stuff that I bought, and one thing that I actually bought while I was away, and I absolutely loved it, and it's this. This is the new Eleaf Ipower 80w. Does absolutely everything, and I've got to say I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it down to my table first. We're going to have a look at it, have a little bit of a poke on it, see what makes it tick. We'll come up back up to here, and we'll have a look at it. Okay, so let's have a look at this really nice device, I think, in my personal opinion. So this is the box it comes in. It sort of says this long battery life power, which is not lying about at all. This is just, you know, the usual sort of Eleaf stuff that you can see on there. So my one was in white. It comes in wood grain, which I've got to say the wood grain looks really good. Brushed silver, grey and bronze. Bronze looks a bit meh, but then that's my own opinion. Ipower on the bottom, and then you've got the old, you know, the scratch and sniff sort of stuff and general stuff, bits and pieces. So you're opening up the box nice and quickly. There is our little mod, and it feels really, really good. Couple little specs on this. Dimensions, it is 49.5 by 23.5 by 83.5. So into comparison, this is my old iStick 50w, and I mean, there's not, you know, there's not much difference. The USB is at the bottom, which does, it's not great. Bearing in mind this is a 50w device, which it served its purpose, it served its time with me, but it is kind of getting a bit old now. Anyway, that doesn't matter. The rest of the box that we have, usual bits and pieces, you get yourself a manual, and there's a USB cable in there as well. So nothing overly dramatizable. So to give you a couple of things of this before I start booting it up, the output modes are variable wattage, bypass, smart temperature control, nickel, titanium, stainless steel, the usual sort of bits. Output range is 1 to 80 watts. Resistance range is 0.05 to 1.5 in temp, and 0.1 to 3.5 ohms in variable wattage and bypass mode. This has a 5,000 milliwatt hour battery, and that is kind of cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boost it up, and we are in our wattage mode. Pretty standard. There's obviously no atomizer on it at the moment. I'll go through some of the other features in a minute. And you have an up, a down, a fire button, and a little button here which is like a menu button, and as you can hear, the bit of buttons are very nice and clicky. Pressing the little button in the middle will then cycle through, so you go to bypass, then you go on to what is called a smart mode. Now as you change this, in the little corner it goes from your battery to the wattage. This is quite interesting. You can actually preset different ohmage. So say for example, at the moment I've got a 0.5 ohm coil. You can set it up and it will remember, and then if you take that off and then say put on a, I don't know, a 0.3, it will remember what you've set into that. Really, really good little add-on, I thought, there from Eleaf. And then you've got the usual nickel, titanium, stainless steel. It'll take a while to get through this, and then your memory set functions, the usual sort of stuff that we have seen. Nothing over dramatizing there. Back to wattage. So if we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turn it off, if you hold the down and up button together and you keep holding, it'll flip the screen. Hold the down and up button again and you'll flip the screen again. If you fold the fire button and the down button and you keep holding and you keep holding and you keep holding, it'll then tell you your battery current voltage. So mine is pretty much fully charged at the moment. And then if you press the up button and the fire button again, it will get to your memory TCRE function things. So really, really good. I mean, for what it is, it's kind of amazing, to be honest. The usual sort of setups on this, where you put your atomizer on and you go into the settings and you press that to lock your resistance. Nothing overly dramatizable there. But the saving menu, I think, is actually really cool. So there you go, that's what it is. I'm just going to put an atomizer on the top of this while it's down here as well, just to show you in the hand. I just think for what this is absolutely fantastic. But to stop me drooling over it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put something on the top of it and we're going to give it a vape. Okay guys, so that's it. That is it all down at my little table, and I've got to say, I really have really been enjoying it. Mostly been using it on temperature control. The 5,000, sorry, temperature control, wattage mode. The 5,000 milliwatt hour battery is just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. This, I put kind of these sort of sub-ohm tanks, like a 0.5 ohm coil, which is what I've got in here at the moment, and my sort of more mouth to lung setups. And I find that I can just vape this all day, don't need to worry about it. Charging, it is a big battery, it's going to take a while. You're normally looking between 3 and 4 hours to get a full charge on it. So what I would normally do is just set it down, charge it overnight or whatever you want to do. Normally I might even do it in an evening, so I use this during the day, get home from work, put it down, put it in for charge, use something else while I'm doing other stuff, and it's ready. I have been using this a lot. And the fact that I've been using it a lot, and there's no real signs that it's been... There's a couple of little dinks and knocks and stuff on it, but all in all, it's been really good. So nothing massive at the minute. There's a 0.5 ohm coil. I've got this on the Artery Gold Rush Nugget Kit Tank 49er. That's what I'm talking about. 0.55. Got it. We'll knock it up a bit. We'll knock it up to 45 watts. Here we go. This thing is amazing. If you want to use it for temperature control, TCR, normal wattage modes, the smart thing on this is actually quite good. I don't find myself using it as much, but I find it's quite handy if you've got a few things like I've got, I don't know, like my Nautilus that I might chuck on there and it will remember, and you can do loads of stuff like that. Really good, worth checking out. It's firmware upgradable as well, something I didn't mention down at the table. And it's one of the first Eleaf products that I've had that I thought it's durable, it will last. This isn't going to just fall apart and fall over the floor. I mean, incidentally, I've had this iStick for a long time, and it is now dead. It stopped working. I don't know why it stopped working. I've had it for a fair while. I haven't had much use to it, but it's now dead, so that's the end of that. And there's not much real difference, but the difference is there's so much more in this, and I feel that this it feels better. The charge does last a good time. I mean, I'm not going to start talking about charge, because charges and how long it's going to last is all down to how you use it. I mean, for me, I've been predominantly pushing this to sort of 50 watts, and then anything lower on, I don't know, say my Nautilus or my K-Fun Lite or something like that, where I bring it down, it can go and go and go. I mean, on a kind of a K-Fun, I think it was my Nautilus, I got like 2 and something odd days out of it. Now, granted, that wasn't just constant vaping. There was a bit of work thrown in there. There was a bit of this, a bit of that, but it lasted a long time. Mine also came fully charged, which I think is quite good. Sometimes they don't come fully charged. I did used to have a Cuboid Mini, which I still have, but I find myself reaching for this a lot more, just because it looks good. It kind of the design of it is the first. It's the first Eleaf product. So let me sidestep quickly. So Eleaf have released a lot. They had the 20, the 30, the 50, the 100, the 100TC, the 150, the 200, all these stuff. And predominantly, I thought that in the main they felt a bit cheap. The 100-watt Eleaf, I actually liked it, but it felt cheap. It felt like it was just going to fall apart at any moment. The 100TC I actually quite liked. Didn't use it for long, and I understand that they're going for like a cheaper end of the scale. You know, this isn't a DNA 200. This isn't a Relo. This isn't a Segeli. This isn't, you know, one of these big ones out there at the moment. This is just fitting that mid-range. And I think this will fit if you want, if you're new to vaping and maybe you want something that has got a bit of everything, because you can just sit there and vape this on temperature control. There's no reason why, but it's nice and small that you can just whoop in your pocket. I have been enjoying it, really enjoying it. I took this away with me, like I said, when I went to Scotland. In fact, I bought it whilst I was up in Scotland, along with a few other bits, which I might review at some point. Some of them are a little bit older, and some of them are some juices. That doesn't matter. And I bought it because when I was out, I was camping, and I would have long periods of time where I might not have electric. So this was perfect because I could just fully charge it. I could put it in my bag. I could put it wherever it needs to be. I vape. It was brilliant. There is another device out at the moment which is very, very similar to this by Joyetech. It's the Joyetech Eve. It's the new, as I call it, the Revolution, which is from Totally Wicked, or it's the Evic VT 80, whatever you want to call it. I held them both, and I preferred this. The Joyetech, I'm not taking anything away from it. It's still a 5,000 milliwatt hour battery, but for me, this just felt better, and the price of it was better as well. I mean, at the end of the day, cloud production and vapor doesn't really matter on a mod. It's just, for me, this is going to be perfect for work. I've used it for work since I've been back to work. It's been one of them devices that has just not left my side. Yes, it is a lipo pack. It's the same as anything. Some people don't like them because once the lipo pack has effectively died, you kind of toss it. But that being said, I've had a lot of my Eleaf products for a long time, and they've done really well. So, you know, what can you do? Are you going to need a rubber bank to buy it? No, not at all. I picked mine up for $34.99. $34.99. That's the Joyetech new VT, whatever you want to call it, was like £55. I think this is definitely worth a go if you're looking for a high battery power device, battery life, sorry. Again, battery life is completely how you use it. If you rock it at 80 watts, you're probably going to blitz through the battery pack in no time whatsoever. I've been sitting at a comfortable 40-50 watts, bringing it down to even sort of the lower than that, and just vaping and enjoying it. I can't think of a reason why I would get rid of this. So to answer the question, if I broke it, would I buy it again? Fucking A, of course I would. This has just been amazing. Side note, I got the white. I was going to get the wood, but they didn't have the wood there. And when I got back, I went to my normal vape shop and they had the wood. And I genuinely thought the wood would look really tacky and naff and not very nice. Actually, it was really good, so I was quite impressed with that. But there we go. I also got this when I was away, meh, because I say meh a lot, apparently, and so there we go. So that doesn't matter. But there we go. That's what it is. I'm going to have a link into the description of a few places I found it in the UK. I'll put a few links in there for some US sites if I can find them. I'll put all links down there. Thank you very much for watching. I'm now back. Just as a little addendum, I guess, I am going to be putting out videos more steadily. Probably 1 or 2 a week. Nothing too massive because I have to buy all my stuff. So I can't just, you know, blitz loads out there because I'd be bankrupt. So might do a couple of juices, might do a couple of different things I've got, etc, etc. So if you're enjoying it, like it, subscribe it, be really appreciated. And yeah, let's keep doing what we do.